hockey fans, as you can see, it's a preview from Alaska Anchorage. I've got the head coach Matt Shasby with me. Coach, I didn't get to Alaska to do this, but I got darn close, didn't I?
Yeah, you got as close as a college hockey team could be. So.
All right, we're doing the preview for you guys this year, but you've already played a couple of games. You had Western Michigan come up last weekend, so let's start right there. Tell me about that weekend and what you expected and what you got.
Well, we expected to play a team that's a top 20 team in the country, and it's exactly what we got. I mean, it was one of those moments in time where the stars kind of aligned. It was their first game together as a group. It was our first game together as a group, and I think that benefits the team that's going to kind of play that more defensive style and be opportunistic, and that's exactly what we were. The second night showed a little bit more of the athletes that Western Michigan has. We were able to hang in there for 2 periods, but the wheels finally fell off, and Western Michigan's skill set finally took over, and they put us away in that second night. But extremely proud of our effort. Both nights we were, for the most part, tied or leading for 5 periods against the team that's top 20 in the country, and being an expansion college team, that's a big accomplishment and something to build off of.
Okay, expansion college team, I love that because you guys were there, then you had to go away for a little while, then you battled back, and I can see by the smile on your face that logo on the chest of your jacket there means a heck of a lot to you. So tell us about Alaska Anchorage Seawolf hockey.
Yeah, it's near and dear to my heart. I've been around it since I was 5 years old and really never left it. I was fortunate enough to get to play 4 years up there and then come back home and continue to be a part of the program in different ways. And then once the program needed a new head coach for the resurgence, couldn't wait to get my name thrown in the hat, and that's exactly what happened. And very, very fortunate that they chose me to lead the program coming out of this resurgence. I couldn't be more proud. I love representing the Alaska hockey community, the Anchorage hockey community, and especially the University of Alaska Anchorage. And the staff that I've been lucky enough to put together have done an incredible job putting a hockey team on the ice that's going to be competitive right away.
Okay, you mentioned the word resurgence. I like that because, like I said, you guys were gone for a little while. You come back. COVID was tough on everybody. People told me, look out, college hockey is going to lose teams forever because it's too expensive. And just the opposite's happened. You guys had a great fundraiser to bring your program back, and now immediately right out of the gates you're playing competitive games and sneaking up on people, if I can say that. But here you are with another NCHC team as we get ready to roll this weekend at Colorado College. Just your thoughts on, first of all, the quality of play across college hockey and playing these guys this weekend.
Yeah, we knew if we were going to attract the student athletes we're looking for, is we needed to build a schedule right away that showed we were playing big-time college hockey right from the very opening weekend. Like you mentioned, having 2 NCHC opponents back-to-back, it was a huge pull for us to be able to go out and show this is how we're going to start our season, and then just the opponents we were able to add throughout the entire year. But very fortunate that Western and CC were willing to play us our first 2 series. Like I said, we're playing college hockey at its highest level we can, and we're also scheduling games that are a little bit more appropriate for a brand new first-year team. But our kids are very, very excited to start our year with such great challenges.
All right, let's talk about your kids because you had some of them sneak up last year and get on campus. You had guys coming in over the summer. When you're building a roster from scratch, basically, how hard is that?
It was very difficult. I mean, we're not just building a roster from scratch. We're building a roster that has historical challenges that lie ahead, whether it's an arena or it's the program going dormant for a couple of years and then coming back. So there's a lot of question marks on top of it. You're living in Alaska. You're an independent. So we probably have more challenges in the school and in the country in terms of convincing kids to come play college hockey. But we feel the kids that we approach those challenges with and we're willing to take those challenges on are the ones that are in our locker room and the ones that helped us win a game our opening weekend.
You know, most teams, well, not most teams, I mean, a variety of teams built, especially with the extra year and the transfer portal, different ways. Explain how you guys did it because you were unique. You couldn't just bring in 26 freshmen, right? Right.
Yeah, you need to stagger the money so you have money consistently coming back in. That 5th year in the grad transfers, we were very fortunate to get 5 players that fall into that category where we know we're getting that money back. We gave them significant scholarships to come up and be our leadership group, and they've done an incredible job thus far. And then It's difficult adding juniors and seniors because you have to be degree towards completion, and credits just don't transfer as easily. But we have a very large sophomore group that was able to come in, and then we have the largest freshman class in the country as well. The stats are a little bit weird because we have the most freshmen in the country, but we're the second oldest team in college hockey, if that makes any sense. So we got a wide range of an older freshman group, and then a nice group of grad guys that bumped that age range up a little bit, and then all the guys that kind of fell in between. We got very, very lucky with getting a senior goaltender with Joey Lamoureux out of St. Cloud, and he was able to transfer in. It took a little bit of work, but we were able to make that work. You have to stagger that money out so you have money coming in, or you better be really happy with your freshman group you're bringing in that first year, because you would have had a lot of money tied up there.
But it also is on the competitive side, right? You want to show the people up in Anchorage that you're going to be competitive off the get-go. You did it the first weekend. So it's hard to do that with a bunch of freshmen too, right? Yeah,
it was. Thankfully, they're a little bit naive on the level of what college hockey is supposed to be, and maybe they went out there and executed with not really knowing. And that's kind of the benefit of playing a team like Western early on in the year. Is if we saw those guys in November or December, I don't know if the outcome would have been the same. But yeah, our freshmen did an amazing job opening weekend. They just played with a lot of energy and allowed our older guys to kind of fill their roles. And we're looking for those younger guys to continue to make those strides and take over more minutes as the year goes on.
Talk a little bit about what you saw last weekend. Where does the strength lie in this team? Is there one, or is it pretty much just trial by committee, if you will?
I think our strength is definitely our heart and our grit, and it has to be. When you're a team that's going to face the challenges that we have, this in terms of our level of play versus the NCHC opponents or CCHA or Hockey East that we're playing, is we have to lead with our hearts, and that's going to come from our upperclassmen kind of establishing that culture. And that's what we recruited from that freshman class, and it's what we recruited through the portal. Is 11 out of our 12 freshmen that came in all wore letters last year as a captain or an assistant captain. And we knew that group had to be tough kids. And we knew that group had to be kids that aren't afraid to go into beautiful arenas like we have here at the Ed Robson and play hockey at its highest level, and just kind of play with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder and the grit that we need to win games early on here.
The talk this week, at least here in Colorado, was watch out for the Anchorage power play. Had a chance to work on that power play a little bit, or is this just natural talent coming to the forefront?
Well, we got a 5-on-3 goal Saturday night. It was just a matter of putting a puck on net with a little bit of a screen, and the goalie just couldn't pinch it off. The second night, we really were 1-for-1 on the power play. The other power play was a 10-second power play that just kind of came on once the guy got off the ice. It was guys stepping up that maybe haven't been on the power play in the last couple of years in college hockey, and now they're getting their chance and they're putting the puck in the back of the net. And so that has to continue for us. We have to be putting in at least one a night on the power play for us to be winning hockey games, and that really helped us this past weekend.
NCAA hockey is NCAA hockey, but there's no secret. It's a lot easier to keep you guys motivated when you have a conference tournament to play for at the end of the year, no matter what your record is. We've seen the upsets down on the record books over the years, but so you're an independent, but you've got independent teams like Arizona State and now Lindenwood and of course Fairbanks up in your neck of the woods. And you look at those teams, LIU, I guess. Is it fair to say that you guys first and foremost want to win the non-conference, the independent battle?
Yeah, you do.
The independent conference?
I think a goal of ours is to have an above 500 record against the other independents. We're having conversations pretty consistently at potentially having a postseason tournament with the independents, so we do have something to play for at the end of the year.
Nice.
So that it is a little bit of a rivalry there, but right now our main focus for year one is that Governor's Cup against UAF, and then we would also like to have an above 500 record against the other independents, just to kind of show the process that needs to take place moving forward. And if we are able to arrange a conference and a tournament, it makes sense because of the competitive nature amongst that group.
So I'm guessing you're not going to turn down the bid at the NCAA tournament if you earn one.
Yeah, no, that's well, we kind of scheduled our season, so not planning on it, but if we got to that point, we'd have to make it work for sure.
Okay, so Final one for you is, you got a kid on your roster with the greatest name in college hockey, Maximilian. I absolutely love it. And then I found out more about it, where you were teaching his high school, I think is how it went. And you had like career day or something there. And he comes to school with your Alaska Aces jerseys on?
Yeah, and that's one of those things that kind of comes full circle. He was a stick boy for UA growing up for 7 years. I was his middle school teacher, and we did have career day, and he's running around in a Shasby jersey. And then it's just the second I got the job and this other staff that I brought on, that was a phone call that happened immediately, and that's a kid that couldn't wait to put on a Seawolves jersey someday, and he was the star of this past weekend for us. It was the perfect full circle moment for a kid, a hometown kid, to be a hero for the opening weekend.
I kind of expect that he's going to be around all year doing that stuff, because he just has that work ethic and that a talent level, doesn't he?
He does. He's got a nice skill set. He's got good length to him. He's got a great stick, and he's got what we want. He's got a big heart, and he loves being a Seawolf.
Awesome, Matt. I appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend, and good luck the rest of the season, okay?
Yep, thanks so much.
All right, welcome back in, hockey fans. It's another College Hockey West preview. The Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. So why not bring in a Seawolf? How about that? A new Seawolf at that, but an experienced college hockey player, Jamie Collins. Jamie, welcome in.
Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay, so we do this at Colorado College because you guys are obviously a long ways away from me.
Yeah.
Love having you guys on as one of our featured teams this year. You got underway last week with Western Michigan. Tell me a little bit about that series, and was it what you expected from Seawolf hockey?
Yeah, I mean, I think we shocked a lot of people around the hockey world, especially in the college hockey world. It wasn't too much of a shock to us. I feel like we had a lot of confidence going into the weekend and going into the two games. We had an exhibition about a week earlier, and we thought we played really well, and we kind of just carried that into the Friday night game, and we ended up winning that one. And then we took a tough loss on the Sunday night, but overall it was a really good weekend for Seawolf hockey. It's just nice to have the community behind us and cheering us on, and it looks like they're really happy to have hockey back in Anchorage.
Okay, so you're in your grad year. You played 4 years at Clarkson. Why Anchorage? Why did you choose Anchorage?
It's just a great opportunity. I think I was kind of looking for a fresh start. I had 4 years at Clarkson, and now this is a new opportunity for me. And Shasby, Doc, and Stu, the three coaches have been phenomenal in recruiting. Throughout the process, they were honest and obviously wanted to get character guys, and it shows in the locker room. And I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Okay, so obviously you go from the East Coast out there. You told me off camera that you've been there once before in Fairbanks anyway, but yeah. Your thoughts on Anchorage so far that you've been up there?
No, Anchorage has been awesome. Alaska as a whole has been phenomenal, but the community of Anchorage has been unbelievable towards us so far. I can't say how many times we've been in the supermarket or the stores, and people are saying they're so happy to have the hockey team back. So. There's definitely a sense of pride within our room. I'm playing for Anchorage and playing for the Seawolves, so we're just really happy to be a part of it and happy to be traveling around playing hockey.
It's a little different than in a conference at Clarkson, and you always knew that at the end of the year you're going to have that conference tournament to try to get an auto bid or whatever into the national tournament. But now you're independent, so every game really counts, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, every game pretty much counts, right? I think it's, we're just looking at pairwise, I guess. So it's definitely a little bit of a different thing not being in a conference, but, I think it's still the same game plan. It's weekend to weekend, game to game, shift to shift. So it's pretty easy for us to just come into every game and want to win and hopefully win, and hopefully we'll do well this weekend too.
Tell me about the travel. That's obviously a little different, the way you guys have to travel from Anchorage. Yeah,
so this is only my first time traveling out of Anchorage. This is our first road trip of the year, but no, we flew to Seattle, and then we flew from Seattle to Denver. So Seattle's kind of our hub where we usually go, and then we travel from Seattle to everywhere else. But it definitely takes up a lot of your time, and it was a full day yesterday of travel. So it was a little bit slower in the first 5 to 10 minutes of practice, but once you get the bus legs and the jet lag out, then we'll be fine to go.
Playing at elevation here, do you notice it? Have you noticed it?
I mean, we were warned about it, and we just had our first skate, and I will say maybe the start I felt it a bit, but as we got going, it definitely started feeling a little better. So hopefully it's not too much of an issue when game time rolls around.
Tell me about this team. It is a great mix of older guys and younger guys rebuilding a program that was storied for a long time until they went away.
No, yeah, it's coming there. It's been phenomenal so far. Just looking at we have 12 freshmen on our team. That seems like a lot, and it is a lot. And then we have a lot of transfers who've played college hockey, who have maybe not played in the last couple of years too. And then we have some grad transfers who have played quite a few games in college. So it's definitely a mix of different guys throughout college hockey and throughout the recruiting process being freshmen. But no, it's been really nice so far, just all gelling, and we're just happy to be a part of the program, and we've been treated so well already. So I think everyone here is happy to be part of it and happy to play for UAA.
I was able to see the first game on the stream, but tell me where the strength lies in this team. To me, it looked really well balanced from start to finish, from the goal to center ice.
Right. Yeah. No. I think we looked really good in that first game. I think our depth was one thing that's unbelievable. Looking at who's in and out of the lineup every night, it could go either way. Guys can fit in wherever they want, right? It's a mix of freshmen up and down the lineup, grad students up and down the lineup. So I think our depth has actually been really good especially for a new program. You might not think that, but no, it's been really good so far. And we've found success in working hard and keeping the pucks on our stick, and we've done a really good job at blocking shots and getting to the gritty areas. So it's been pretty fun.
Okay, I've watched a lot of college hockey practices and 50 plus years of doing this.
Yeah.
When I look at you guys, three things jumped out at me. Tell me if I'm close. You do a lot of stretch passes, cross ice. You do a ton of tip drills. I don't know that I've ever seen a team do as many tip drills. And you ended tipping the puck.
Yeah.
And thirdly it looks like you use team speed and spacing really, really well.
Yeah. No. Those three are good. Yeah. I think the stretch passes was just getting used to the ice too and getting the legs going. I think that was the kind of thing we wanted to do early was get the legs under us and make a few long passes, see how the ice feels. It's a lot different than where we are in Alaska right now. So it's different, and then obviously we like to play with team speed 100%. We're small, we have quite a few small guys actually. We're not like an oversized team, but we have a lot of speed, a lot of intensity, and then going back to your tipping thing, yeah, we do like to tip a lot of pucks, and we do like to play in those areas, right? Like that's where we find successes in front of the net. And screening goalies, and it's so hard to score in college hockey these days if a goalie's looking at it. So we find a lot of success in screening the goalie.
Yeah, the final thing that I noticed was you guys rarely miss the net. I've seen so many teams miss the net.
Yeah.
I know up in Denver, where I'm at most of the time, they get screamed at a lot if they miss the net. So is that something that coach is on you all the time, try to hit the net?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you're not going to score if you don't hit the net, right? We didn't have, even if you look at our shots in the first couple of games, we didn't have too many, but when we put them on net, they're really quality shots. And I think throughout the practice, we just want to get everything on net, get everything close. It helps our goalies too. If we're missing the net all practice, they're not getting the shots that they want to. So, coach is definitely on us about hitting the net, and I guess it shows out there.
Okay, here we go, Jamie. We're going to end it on three things for Anchorage. Number one, what's the best thing you've experienced so far in Anchorage?
The best experience I've had so far was definitely fishing on the Kenai River. We caught some salmon on the Kenai River, and we've been eating it the last couple of weeks. So that was definitely the best experience so far.
Okay, tell me about the coaching staff. You had to pick a coach to go to battle with. Who do you deal with?
A coach to go to battle with. Well, I think I got to pick Shaz, Coach Shasby. He brings a lot of intensity, and he has so much pride in Seawolf hockey, and it's fun to be a part of when he shows that much pride for the program.
What are you looking for the most out of this season as an Anchorage Seawolf?
I'm just looking forward to the opportunity that these guys have. I have 1 year left, and I'm kind of using it just to try and help and mold and obviously play another year of hockey, right? So I'm just happy to be a part of the growing process of this program, and hopefully put some roots down for this program that's newly obviously coming in. But no, I'm just happy to be part of it and happy to play along with the guys.
Jamie Collins, appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend and the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, hockey fans, we are back. Still working on the Anchorage Seawolves preseason preview. I brought in a young guy. That's what they tell me anyway. I don't buy it. Brett Bamber is with me. Brett, tell me a little bit about becoming a Seawolf and the resurgence of this program.
Well, it's been a great experience from talking with head coach, Coach Shasby, to our assistant coaches, to even some of the older guys that were signed at the start. Just hearing about the town and the new franchise coming back after 2 years, rebuilding the team. I wanted to be a part of that rebuild, and I want to be a part of that high maintenance, high fast pace playing team that we want it to be.
Okay, I watched you guys practice for the first time, and I watched you on stream and watched you take care of Western Michigan. So you started out the year, and I see the smile because you beat a ranked team in game one. Now you're down here in Colorado, and you have Colorado College Tigers, another NCHC team. You like that? You like starting out hard?
Oh yeah, I love the big teams are great. Last weekend was a great challenge for us with our first game, pulling off that win, and then splitting the weekend is always great, but we love to go 2-2 on the weekends, especially against these big teams. This weekend will be a good challenge for us against Colorado, but it'll be a great run for us.
One of the challenges of a resurgence program and an independent is there's no conference tournament to look forward to at the end of the year. So does that put more of an emphasis on earning pairwise points all season long?
For sure, yeah. No, the tournament would be great, but for us it's just winning games, constantly winning games, getting better, coming together as a team, and showing everybody that we can win.
I just visited with Jamie, and I asked him, I watched you practice, and three things came to mind when I watched you. A, you were doing some cross-ice passes right away to get familiar with the ice surface. B, you were tipping everything. I think every drill had a tip in it somewhere. I like that. And then the third thing was, I thought you guys played with a lot of intensity, moving the puck up and down the ice, and you very rarely miss the net. Mm-hmm. Am I close?
Yeah, spot on. It's that's kind of our gameplay, is getting pucks to the net, getting rebound goals, crashing the net. Those stretch plays open up the ice a lot more, and just moving pucks quick is one of our main keys.
So I noticed you tipping shots on net, but I also noticed you doing a lot of tip-ins at the blue line. You like to do that, or rather than a dump and chase style, it's more of a tip in and go get it? Yeah,
it's kind of a quick, straight up, trying to put more pressure on their D when they're changing to kind of get out more offense. And once we're in, we're attacking hardcore every time.
Is it just me, or is it more difficult to handle a tip puck than it is a puck that's just ringing the boards?
It is, and for the D, me being a defenseman myself, knowing that it's getting chipped in like that, it's tough going back for those pucks. So what we want to do is put pressure on them. So.
Okay, this is going to be a loaded question because you're a defenseman, but where does the strength lie in this team?
I'd love to say our D. Our D core is very well structured, very well handled. They can handle themselves. We're very strong on the back end, but it's just pucks forward every time. Pucks forward is kind of our main key. But our forwards have done a great job breaking out the pucks too, and hopefully we can get them scoring goals. So.
Okay, so let's talk on the personal end. When Brett's playing his game, how will we all know it?
Oh, I'm skating the puck up. You're going to see a lot of fast plays and shots on the net.
What's going to be considered a successful season for you guys this year, knowing that you're a resurgence?
Coming together. That'll be one of our main things. Coming together, winning games on the road, especially showing bigger teams that we're in this too. So. Okay,
are you surprising teams right now? The Western think they got hit by maybe a snowball from Alaska?
For sure. I think that first game was a big eye opener for them, and I guess the rest of the league. We're coming out to play, and we're going to be in there with those big teams.
Okay, three things about Anchorage. Number one, have you been there before? And if you had, what was it like? If you hadn't, what's the best experience so far?
No, this is my first experience in Anchorage. At the start of the year, we went to Flat Top. It was a little hike. There's a mountain out in Anchorage there, and it was awesome. Hiking up that mountain, those beautiful views, coming together as a team. It was awesome. It was a great experience for me.
Okay, tell me about Anchorage fans. What's it been like? You had a chance to see them in the scrimmage, had a chance to see them out. Happy for you guys to be back, I'm guessing.
Oh, it was electric. that arena was packed every night, and even our student section was great. They're high intensity energy they bring to the team, and it helps us so much with playing our own game. So,
okay, recruiting pitch time. You want to bring some guys in for the next few years, and to help you continue to build this program up there. What do you tell them? Why should they become a Seawolf?
Because it's a great place to live, and our hockey style is the best. We start from Shasby's teachings, and you just get better from there.
Has the Anchorage tradition rolled off of him, because he is Anchorage all the way down to the bottom?
Yeah, no, from him playing on the team and experiencing what we're experiencing right now, it's awesome. I could talk to him about anything, and he is kind of one of us. He's a player's coach, which is awesome.
I know this is the first road trip, but tell me about traveling from Anchorage to the mainland, if you will.
Yeah, two plane rides to here, but it's been great. We're very organized. Get off one plane, go get something to eat, and then hydrate. It was big key was hydration.
Yeah.
Drinking lots of water, and on to the next plane, and arriving here.
All right, give us a thumbnail of when you left Anchorage and when you arrived in Colorado Springs yesterday. What was it like? What time did you leave? What time did you land? When were you in your hotel?
We got to the airport at we left the rink around 6 o'clock. Got to the airport.
And that's AM, right?
Yeah, AM, and then got to the airport around 9 o'clock, and then caught our first flight around 1:30ish, and then stopped in Seattle, then caught our next flight to Denver at 4:30.
Got yourself a bus down here in Colorado Springs?
Straight to the hotel, got here around, I want to say 10 o'clock.
Okay. Got a little nap in, got some sleep time in, and here you are, right?
Lots of movies on the plane.
Brad, I appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.